Hi guys. It's been so weird without you guys here. In fact, I was just combing the area just to see if I could find you guys, knowing that you're enjoying a lovely Thursday off. And I'm so glad that you came back to join me here on Mr. Eric Reads as I record outside of my office, which I thought was much nicer than sitting inside and listening to the heat rolling and rolling and rolling. Either way, thank you for coming back. Here we are, the Squirrels Who Squabbled. This story is by Rachel Bright and Mr. Jim Field. I think you'll enjoy this story about two unlikely friends. I wonder what happens here on Mr. Eric Reads. In a towering forest where summer had been, the leaves turned gold as the cold wind blew in. And as autumn arrived with the sky raging red, the sleepiest creatures got ready for bed. While up in a tree swung a flighty young squirrel who everyone knew as Spontaneous Cyril. Now, most foresty folk had seen to their needs, though plentiful months of mushrooms and seeds. They built up their stores so they'd all be well fed through the frosting of winter that glittered ahead. But Cyril, he lived in the now and the here. He'd adventured and partied his way all through the year. So his cupboards were empty and his hollow was bare. He hadn't a mouthful of food anywhere. But wait, what was that? Over there, take a look. A single lone pine cone wedged in a nook. He squealed with delight, and for very good reason, for inside were the very last nuts of the season. But Cyril wasn't alone. There were more hungry eyes. Yes, Plan-Ahead Bruce had his sights on the prize. Though he'd gathered fresh treasures of every sort, Bruce was convinced that he was one pinecone short. "I simply must have it," he wistfully cried as he dreamt of his fresh, juicy pine nuts inside. So as Cyril set off on his way to the ground, Bruce, he was also the last pinecone bound. They sprinted and scurried with no time to gamble. They scratched at the bark and in their scampery scrambled. But their panic and haste shook the tips of the spruce, and the pinecone, it trembled, and then it came loose. Both squirrels gave chase at a lightning pace. This was the start of a wild, nutty race. "Now that there is mine," shouted Cyril. "No, I'm sorry, it's mine," hollered Bruce. "You don't stand a chance. Give it up. It's no use." "I'm hungry now," cried Cyril. "This cone is not yours." "Stay back," shouted Bruce. "This cone's for my store." It bonged over bushes and it flew through the air and it binged on the nose of a slumbering bear. It bounced over boulders and then came to a stop. Then teetered and wobbled and quivered. And then both squirrels followed. Oh, the water was fast. Would they learn what they needed? That it was each other at last? But each was intent on how he could win, so they didn't quite notice a bird swooping in. Cyril and Bruce, they watched in dismay as their cone disappeared up, 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 and away. "Hey, come back!" shouted Cyril. "They're all nuts!" exclaimed Bruce, but all hope was gone. It was simply no use. And meanwhile, they drifted right up to the ledge. Greed, it was driving them. Over the edge. Cyril and Bruce, they had taken a fall. They were paying the price for wanting it all. They'd squandered their chances to team up and share. Would their nutty young hopes simply end in despair? Bruised and bedraggled, they swept past dry land. Cyril grabbed at a branch with a trembling hand. Catching Bruce with the other, he heaved and he huffed and pulled him to safety, panting in puffs. They dragged each other up with sputtering wriggles. Then Bruce looked at Cyril. And he exploded in giggles. "How silly we are," he managed to mutter. "How greedy I've been," he proclaimed with a sputter. "We shall change from today. May the squabbling cease. We should celebrate seeing as we're both in one piece." So from that day and forward, they made a great pair. They would gather together and found they could share. Yes, Cyril and Bruce knew in the end that the best thing to share is a laugh with a friend. The end. The Squirrels Who Squabbled. Here on Mr. Eric Reads. Thursday by Rachel Bright, Jim Fields. What a beautiful day. Guys, I hope you got a chance to get out and enjoy this beautiful weather. I hope you enjoyed your first day off of 4. Take tomorrow off and enjoy it. Take Saturday off and enjoy it. Take Sunday off and enjoy it. But come back each night because I will be here with another story. So, without further ado, guys, have a wonderful night. And I will see you around.